Picture this scene. Angel Reese walks into that post-game press conference in Minneapolis, and you can see the fire in her eyes. But this wasn't just about another tough loss. This was about Angel Reese finally experiencing what other WNBA superstars have been dealing with all season. And she had reached her absolute breaking point. For months, we've watched the league's biggest names take physical contact that would draw fouls for role players, only to see referees swallow their whistles. We've seen star players get grabbed, pushed around, and treated like punching bags while officials act like they don't see anything. And now it happened to Angel Reese, and she's not staying quiet about it.
And I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of this shit. But here's what's really gonna blow your mind. What sparked this explosion wasn't just bad calls. It was what a referee actually said to her face when she questioned why she was getting the Caitlin Clark treatment that's been plaguing superstars all season. This is the moment when another WNBA superstar realizes that being a face of the league doesn't protect you from terrible officiating. It makes you a target for it. Let me paint you the picture of what happened in Minneapolis, because this is the exact same playbook we've seen used against other top players all season long. Angel Reese had just been named to her second straight All-Star team. She was in the middle of a career-best stretch, averaging 15 points and 12.8 rebounds over 9 games. The Chicago Sky came out against the league-best Minnesota Lynx and looked unstoppable, jumping to a 24-10 lead. Here's where the superstar treatment began. Angel Reese took 16 shots that night. Every single one of them was in the paint. She was getting the exact same physical treatment that other stars get. Constant contact, grabbing, pushing, defensive players draped all over her. And just like what happens to other marquee players game after game, the whistles went silent. Angel got exactly 2 free throws. 2. For an entire night of battling in the paint against defenders who were treating her like a tackling dummy. Meanwhile, Minnesota shot 17 free throws, more than double what Chicago got as a team. Sound familiar? It should, because this is the exact same pattern we've seen with other top players since this season began. The league's biggest names are getting mauled while role players get ticky-tack calls for minimal contact. But here's where Angel showed she's different from some other players who just accept this treatment. When she went to the referee during the game and said,
"Hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only been to the free throw line twice up into the 4th quarter," and she tells me it's not her job.
That referee looked her dead in the eye and said, "It's not her job." Before I show you how this connects to a much bigger pattern of star treatment in this league, smash that like button if you're tired of seeing the WNBA's biggest names get disrespected by their own officials. Now here's what's really gonna mess with your head. What Angel experienced isn't new. It's been the superstar experience all season, and it's happening to multiple marquee players across different teams. Let's talk about what we've been seeing consistently. Star players are getting physical treatment that would draw immediate fouls if it happened to bench players. They're dealing with defenders who use extra aggression, knowing that referees seem reluctant to make calls that might be seen as protecting certain players. Take the Indiana Fever, for example. We've all watched Caitlin Clark deal with cheap shots, blindside hits, and constant physical pressure with minimal foul calls. Coach Stephanie White has been vocal about this all season.
When the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long.
This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, and when you allow them to play physical, and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. But here's the thing that's going to make you furious. While stars are getting beat up with no calls, role players are getting phantom fouls called in their favor. We're talking about a 2-tier justice system where being a superstar actually hurts you instead of helping you. Look at what Las Vegas's Kelsey Plum said about the treatment stars receive.
And I got scratches on my face, I got scratches on my body, and these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I get fouled like that every possession. Every kid gets fouled like that in the post all the time, and they don't call it, and I don't know what else to do. Like, it's really frustrating.
Angel's experience against Minnesota was the exact same playbook. Physical, aggressive defense that would draw fouls if it happened to bench players. But when it's happening to an all-star, suddenly the referees develop selective blindness. Now get this, while the league's biggest names are dealing with inconsistent officiating, what does WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert say? I do find it interesting when you sit in the chair I sit in that no winning team ever complains about officiating. No losing team ever doesn't complain about officiating. This statement completely misses the point. When multiple superstars are experiencing what essentially amounts to the Caitlin Clark treatment, getting mauled without calls while role players get protection, that's not about winning or losing. That's about systematic inconsistency and rule application. But here's what makes that response even more telling. Even players on winning teams are calling out the officiating because they see what's happening across the league. Napheesa Collier, the MVP favorite who plays for the best team in the league, has been trying to have conversations with the commissioner about officiating inconsistency. She said it's getting worse and that every player would say the officiating lacks consistency. So we have stars from both winning and losing teams saying the same thing, and the commissioner is treating it like it's just typical complaining. That tells you everything you need to know about how seriously the league office takes these concerns. Here's the truth that nobody in the league office wants to admit. The WNBA has created a system that inadvertently punishes stardom instead of protecting it. And it's not intentional. It's built into how the whole operation works. WNBA referees are part-time contractors making less than $2,000 per game, compared to over $5,000 in college basketball. Where do you think their primary focus lies? They work NCAA games in the winter with completely different rules, then switch to WNBA rules for 5 months. These refs' careers and biggest paychecks come from college basketball, not the WNBA. In college, there's no equivalent to the superstar phenomenon we see in the WNBA. There's no player who transcends the sport and brings in millions of new fans. So when these refs come to the WNBA, they don't understand that protecting stars isn't just about fairness. It's about protecting the product. The NBA figured this out decades ago. They understand that stars drive interest, sell tickets, and grow the game. But the WNBA refs are treating marquee players like they're just another college athlete who'll be gone in 4 years. Tyler Marsh, Angels coach, spelled out the numbers perfectly.
I think that we're top 2 or 3 in the league in terms of shots at the rim, but in the bottom 3 or 4 in the league in terms of getting to the free throw line.
Think about that. A team that lives in the paint with one of the most physical players in the league gets fewer free throws than teams that settle for jump shots. If you think this is just coincidence, let me show you the pattern. WNBA has called 63 technical fouls and 18 flagrant fouls in half a season. Those are astronomical numbers that suggest officials have completely lost control of game management. When players see that the league's biggest names can get hammered without consistent consequences, what message does that send? It creates a culture where physical play against stars is not only tolerated, but expected. This is exactly how the Caitlin Clark treatment became normalized. When officials consistently allow extra physicality against certain players, it becomes the standard. Angel Reese experienced this firsthand and decided she wasn't going to accept it quietly. After getting the superstar no-call treatment, she went public with what that referee told her. It's not her job to ensure fair officiating. Angel Reese didn't stop with the press conference. She took her fight to social media, and that's where you could see she learned from watching what's happened to other stars. She posted a picture on Instagram showing her being blatantly grabbed around the waist during a rebound attempt, with one word as the caption, "diabolical." Then she tweeted directly at the league, "Do better," at WNBA. That tweet went viral because every WNBA fan who's watched various stars get inconsistent treatment finally saw someone refusing to take it quietly. What makes Angel's stand so powerful is that she's not asking for special treatment. She's asking for the same consistent officiating that role players receive every night. She's saying what fans of multiple superstars have been thinking. If this contact is a foul when it happens to a bench player, it should be a foul when it happens to a marquee player. Tyler Marsh came out publicly backing his star.
I know that Camilla and Elizabeth and Angel receive a lot of contact down there and have a lot of opportunities to be at the rim, and that's kind of how we play as a team. And for us to not get to the line more than that is a little frustrating.
Here's what's really happening. Angel Reese just started a movement that fans of multiple superstars have been waiting for all season. When you have various marquee players calling out the same inconsistent treatment, that's not complaining. That's a pattern that demands attention. The league brought in millions of new fans this year, largely because of superstar talent and compelling personalities. These aren't players the league can afford to alienate. But that's exactly what's happening when referees treat stardom like a liability instead of an asset. The WNBA is at a crossroads. They can continue this inconsistent officiating system and watch their biggest names get frustrated, or they can do what every successful sports league has done: ensure consistent rule application regardless of player status. No more Caitlin Clark treatment for anyone. Stars should get the same protection as everyone else. Angel Reese said it perfectly.
Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
She's tired of the differential treatment. She's tired of watching the league's faces get inconsistent officiating. And most importantly, she's not going to stay quiet about it anymore. The question isn't whether other stars will join this movement. It's how long the WNBA can ignore legitimate concerns from their most marketable players before the damage becomes irreversible. Because right now, being a superstar in the WNBA seems to come with a different set of rules. And that's a recipe for undermining everything the league has worked to build. Angel Reese just lit the fuse on something that's been building all season. The only question now is whether the WNBA will address these concerns before more superstars reach their breaking point. What do you think? Is Angel Reese right to call out this treatment, or should stars just deal with the physicality? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos breaking down what's really happening in the WNBA, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. This story is just getting started.